Hello and welcome back to another Wednesday live stream. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're having an awesome Wednesday. I'm so excited to introduce some of the guests. We'll start off with the normal people we have on here. Apparently Paul's still in here. Sorry, I need to kick you out. Sorry, love you, Paul. Bye.
Us normal plebeians.
Us normal plebeians.
Pour one out for Paul.
We've got my normal disembodied voice down below. Hey, you found your icon.
Yeah. I got onto StreamYard and my icon was gone for some reason, so I had to go find it again.
You did it. You found it. We've got the painter Flo painting
Hello.
something today. What is that? There's a bunch of guns there.
Those are las cannons.
Las cannons, is that what they are? Yeah, that's right. That little
For the full
All right.
tank.
Ooh, that thing's cool.
No, good stuff. Flo is staying very busy. I know you were working on White Scars Forever in a Day. This looks more red though. And then I got some fun special guests joining us today. We've got Erica and from Tried and True, one half of Tried and True anyway, representing the Delaware team of Warmachine. And then we have also got, for the first time guesting on my show, the Ice King. Taylor, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. Hey, thanks for having us.
So this is going to be a Warmachine themed conversation tonight. Okay, so whoever's been sending me pictures on the Facebook of the models you've been working on, I hope they are at least Warmachine adjacent, because I'm so pleased at how well Warmachine did at Nova. We had Steamforge games. You were running cool, awesome events. Ice King was streaming stuff. There were like 60 people playing at once. It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal year for Warmachine. We were so excited that Nova allowed us back up into the Columbia, which was a much larger space we had last year. Yeah, we have our little hole in the basement. But no, it was great. We were able to have more tables. We had a lot more volunteers. We had another game club that came out to help us. And then Ice King, of course, who streamed on his channel all weekend. And it was really a culmination and coming together of a lot of the tournament organizers on the East Coast. It was pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I know it wasn't just the Delaware party. You said it was like Atlanteans?
Yep, the Hampton Road Atlanteans. That's Jay and Alex's crew. I think I see Alec in chat. They helped us with a bunch of the tournament tables and narrative. They played a huge clutch part for narrative. Joe Marion, he's another one of their members. He did that beautiful zoo table. I'm sure we'll talk about later.
God, that thing is gorgeous.
Yes, I think that was the most. Everyone loved that one. That was the first table that filled up. And Jay took the lead on the Kador table, and then my brother did the Ios Highlands table with the bird nests.
What's left of Ios?
Yeah, it was a bit of a wasteland, but yeah, no, it's a phenomenal crew team. So thankful for all of our volunteers, everybody who helped. We really couldn't have done this behemoth of a project without everybody. So really on the bottom of my heart, and Andy, thank you so much for coming out to help, and everyone who made the journey to Nova to roll dice with us.
I assume Andy's still probably recovering a little bit.
Yeah, he has fantasy football draft tonight with his family.
And then the Ice King streaming all weekend. So were you streaming like top tables? How was that working?
We basically picked one of the coolest tables, which was actually made by Paul from Tried and True, and we kind of whatever was on that table was playing. If it wasn't top table, we tried to put top table there, or we just tried to put interesting games of people who wanted to be on stream or who would be okay being on stream, because there's people who weren't because of events going on.
Right. Were you able to get any of the narrative like that? So at one point there are three. Not at one point, the whole weekend there were 3 tables smushed together in this like T shape for this big narrative event. Were you able to stream any of that one by chance?
I was not. That was a lot of table to stream.
Yeah.
The table was packed too all weekend between like not just the players and the DMs, but everybody that would just pull up and watch. It was very entertaining.
Yeah. And was this
But it's something we could do next year probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far like this, was this your first year at Nova?
It's my third Nova.
Oh, okay. So you've done it. Well, yeah, that's right. You were there last year. Duh. We talked about the cool fluorescent.
I think
the closet.
Yeah, I think the first year we were in the Columbia, Warmachine was kind of or Mark IV was getting its footing, and Taylor set up his stream on a ramen box because we didn't have a table. So that ramen box is it's got some miles on it.
Nice. Already some suggestions coming from the chat. I don't know how do you see what Ornova would feel about a drone, but I feel like a drone in that room actually would be awesome to like record.
I mean, the ceilings are high.
Yeah, they are. I think there would be more than enough room to run a drone.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think that's very true.
Yeah, I'll put that on my investment for the year. Buy a drone for streaming.
You don't have to get a heavy duty one because it'll be indoors, so you don't have to worry about like the wind carrying it away.
True.
So just sneak it in. I have no idea. I don't know. I shouldn't speak out of turn as to what the rules are, but I could find out for you.
That'd be pretty fun. Oh,
MK4 is full of blimps. There you go. Dress it up as a Mark IV blimp. The Airstream, the airships or whatever. Do either of you? I know Erica a little bit less. So you do read some of the lore though. Like Taylor, do you read much of the Warmachine lore? Or how did you actually get into Warmachine? Okay, so you're more like I love the gameplay.
Yeah, I like painting and I like the gameplay.
Well, that already stands you apart from Automark 2 people.
His painting's phenomenal, by the way. He does a bunch of some live streams, but your Aberration look really cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
What armies do you have?
Remember this. So right now I have how many do I have? I have technically between me and my co-host, I have a bunch of armies. So I'll include them because I can play them whenever I want. I have Dusk for me, I have Gravediggers for me, and then between my co-hosts, I have Crix, Old Umbry, Chimera, Orgoth, Brinebloods.
Ooh, how does Old Umbry play? Have you messed with them?
Not at all. They are in the box still. They just got here yesterday.
They seem like the most, just to me, they seem like the most interesting, like aesthetically, of the new stuff that's come out. Like some of the new Orgoth, when they finally got around to putting the frowny faces of Doom back on them, like got more interesting.
Yeah, I will say the Old Umbre boxes, we've been seeing them at the Games Club. The way that the models are engineered, especially the War Beasts, how their backs and their arms and heads really slot into their bodies. It's however they're engineering these now, you can see that evolution if compared to like say Brinebloods, which was one of the first Hordes armies that came out in this edition, or Fury based armies in this edition.
Oh, gotcha.
Right, you could totally see how like it's interesting seeing the armies progress because you can see which ones like were done prior to SFG takeover and which ones are like more SFG like hands on, and like how the armies are improving and how the hips is improving across that because like every time they do it, they get better at it with the engineering side of things, and the models just keep getting better.
And to kind of bring it back around to the painting, one I want to say complaint or critique that we heard a lot of earlier models is they were very difficult to paint, just because of the way that they were designed or how they stood on their base. So I think SFG's really taken that feedback, and I don't paint my own stuff. Chris paints my models for me, but just the feedback I'm hearing from the painters is that these models are much easier to work with.
I think
one of my favorite.
Go ahead.
I would say one of my favorite things they're doing. Sorry to cut you off. Is like they're doing the tactical rock thing, but they're taking it where you can take the tactical rock off it's not attached to the model to start with. So you're like, I don't want a rock. I can put it on the base, or I want the rock on the side.
Or you can make your own rock.
Well, if he's not on
True.
tactical rock, does it mean like one leg's just up in the air, like they're mid-March or something?
Maybe you want a tactical skull or a tactical other warjack that he's stepping on, or
I mean, I guess.
On my aberration, the tactical pillar he was on, I ended up cutting that part off and then putting a gravedigger's crate underneath it.
Oh, see, that's cool.
Do you customize a lot then with your models? Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I spend way too much time on models that'll never see the table.
Because they don't play well, or they're just not part of like a faction you're actively playing, or what's going on there?
It's a lot of the factions I'm not playing, because the last few releases I've been doing for YouTube have all been like different armies that are like not Dusk, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. I put all this time, and I'm like, where's my Dusk models? But they're here now. I got the Phantasm. I'm excited.
Getting told here, Old Umber is really interesting as someone who's played against them a lot. Their aesthetic looks really cool. Like, I understand. So did you, Taylor, did you play a lot in Mark II? As you did, right?
I started at the end of Mark III.
At the end of Mark III. Oh, okay.
Oh, the dark times.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what I keep hearing, but I never played enough to know.
So what do you like about the state of the game then at this point?
I really like how every army feels to have, like, every army has a spot in the meta in some form of fashion. And even the off-meta list, depending on the pilot, can be really good. Like, example, Joe Marion this weekend was just running Baggity Bomb all weekend and beating everybody, and everyone's like, what's going on?
Okay.
Because in the turret meta, he's kind of off-meta.
But then they're churning. Now, I know in the olden days, Mark III had a lot of the CID stuff. How are they? I think the way they do it now is they like pick an army or faction or whatever to like revivify to balance.
So the model releases are very fast. So if we were to look at previous editions of the game, typically when your quote unquote meta would change was during a big convention, because that's when a big model or army would release.
Yeah.
We're seeing between the STLs that are being offered on my mini factory, plus what SFG is putting out, we're getting multiple releases a month.
With the rules and everything.
Yeah, like full cadres. We have that big Hellraker thingy that came out last week or the week before. It's so much. And then to add on top of that, being able to play this game online using War Table, we're seeing more models, we're seeing more rules, and the way the game is being played at a more, I guess, competitive level is it's changing very frequently.
So this is kind of interesting. I just went to myminifactory.com just now, and I'm not logged in on this computer. And on the front page, like the splash page, is all the Warmachine stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's one of their fastest growing ones, right? I'm not a member. I think you are though, right, Taylor?
Yeah, so I think within the first week or two, Warmachine quickly was like the #1 tribe on my mini factory, like instantly almost.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
because that's like the first. Soon as I go to my mini factory at all, it's just Warmachine, big old splash page. It's kind of cool.
It feels like it's making like a real strong comeback. I mean, after the keynote at Adepticon, where they're like, we're going to maybe bring back press gangers. We're going to have the lore released for everything. We're going to have 3D printable STLs to try out armies. Like, they seem to be making so many steps in the right direction. I mean, I went through the keynote and it was just like, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more.
No, they just made so many good decisions. I think in that keynote that it just had a lot of goodwill.
Like, it did, and Steamforge was actually at Nova this year, so I got to talk to some of them, and that was awesome. And that's right. So Matt and Rich, I believe, they were actually there getting to watch you play games like for the first time.
They were in there playing. They played every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They did pickup games too. Some of the Sherwin and was doing pickup games as well with people after his shift.
Sherwin actually came up because we were short a player for I don't know if it's a team event or the steamroller. So to avoid a buy, Rich text him, is like, hey, can you come up and play for the day? So, I mean,
It's on call
Between
24 hours.
Yeah, no, it was great. And Rich and Matt literally played in every single event that we had, including Brawl Machine, Narrative, the team event, IG, normal steamroller, 2v2. They
gosh.
really got in there with the players, and it was awesome. Like,
And
I've never seen that before, so that was really cool as a organizer. So I'm really it was awesome that they came out to play with us.
No, they seem to have like the right attitude. Like, I mean, they're just in there mixing with the players. So like anybody can share their opinion and what they think of the state of the game. And I mean, I feel like there's just so many like recovering Mark II players who are sort of like, can we come out now? Like, is it safe?
I think we saw this with the keynote at Adepticon. Not only are they're gamers of the game, so it's like they're on the tables with us. They're seeing all these armies and rules in real time, and on top of that, they're so passionate about the game. And you really feel that when you talk with them. They're very approachable. It was really awesome.
They love the community as much as like everyone who loves this game. It feels like when you walk to them and talk to them, they're excited to talk about the game that they also now make, and they bought this game, it feels like, because they're like, we love this game, so we want to make it a good game and like keep it going, kind of thing. Not to say it was a bad game before. That's bad. That's wrong.
Not a bad game. Well, like Mark II is kind of like a strong height. I mean, I have a lot of theories on it. I don't know,
there was just a lot of cracks and fissures that were forming, and it was starting to break, is what it was. It wasn't a bad game. It just it was just a breaking game.
Like, were some of the best game rules ever written for a war game. Like, just clean, easy, like the core rules, right? And I feel like a lot of that still carries over into Mark IV, but that they are gamers, that they're mixing with everybody and just able to, I don't know, like there's not a weird company separation of us, them, like you have with other game companies, and that you can just level with people, and they're good gamers too. So theoretically, they're able to catch if something seems out of balance, and they're not just necessarily like relying on mass test players to.
I mean, Rich is playing for the WTC this year, so he's in there with like Team USA this past weekend, playing at the really competitive tables. So,
oh wow,
yeah.
He was telling me about that. He's like, yeah, I got drafted up. Now I found a team and we're all going to go. It's going to be fantastic.
No, it was great. He was on a team with Chris's son, Jack, this was Jack's first Nova. So it was really cool that they got to be on a team together. And it was awesome.
There's a lot of comments in here. What was Barney, like Barnabas? Was that because that was our...
that was our narrative surprise. Yeah. That's awesome. The big crocodile monster that's been making its way online.
I know you sent me a link to the Google things. Can I go ahead and open up the images? We can kind of keep talking while I go.
Yeah, most definitely. So these are in order starting Wednesday afternoon when we got to the hall.
Before the chaos.
Yeah. So you can see our suitcase and our wonderful space.
That's right.
Bananas.
Yeah. So you got to keep healthy, keep hydrated. That's Evan. That's Chris's wife. She helped me with registration this year. She was awesome, and prize table. I was doing everything administratively on my own the past two Novas, so having someone there to help me was huge.
All right, I just want to highlight the value of this little piece right here. So I talked to Erica the first night. Hey, how's it going? You know. And she's like talking about how she runs these tournaments, and she's a military gal, like she's very organized. And she's like, well, I have this, and it's a trapper keeper from like the 90s. I'm like,
it is
taking me back to like elementary school. What's going on here? She's like, no, I have specifically a Bible for how to run this event if I die.
Yeah, like if I get taken out during the con, this trapper keeper will lead you to success.
And you can just open up to any page. She's got little pictures like to denote where you're at in the game, and, like the step-by-step instructions. Like
it's split by day, like everything's organized. Like, oh, it's Thursday. I take the Thursday folder out. Like
it was one of the most impressive things I had ever. This little piece was really sweet too. This is a 3D print, right? With the tokens. Yep.
So I discovered that at a Maryland steamroller. It's an Etsy store. I think it's that thingy. Oh gosh.
Like the spring thingy or something?
Yeah. So they do this awesome steamroller stuff. So it's got what do we say? They are flat but many, and it's all the objectives and the flags that you would need to run a tournament. So back in the day when we had those zones, you could preset up your scenario before you move tables. Now everybody has their own objectives, so they could just set and they go, or you can get a set like this, give it out to your players at the start, or if players don't have objectives, they just come and draw from the steamroller caddy.
Yeah, no, it was neat. It was a beefy little piece. So
yeah, they do great work.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the fact that 3D terrain is back, and I'm just
yeah, it
I'm here looking on my mini factory now, and
that is the coolest table.
Looking at the terrain that they've made for the game.
Yeah, so on the My Mini Factory, yeah, you can 3D print, and think like 3D printers have really changed the game of wargaming in a lot of ways. Like they changed the space of it, like
the landscape.
It used to be so prohibitively expensive. There was never a point to like trying to buy terrain in a lot of cases. Like
it's made it much more accessible.
Yeah,
for sure.
And you could make it out of like foam, or you could dig into the hobby and make some cool stuff, but it was also like always kind of fragile. Like 3D printing has, man, like everybody's got way cooler looking tables again. I'm here for it.
Yeah. So just before we move on from this picture, so this is the Cephalix lab table. This was one that my brother Paul did for this year at Nova. And this was before we even knew that Cephalix was making a comeback in the game. So what we're big on is called, quote unquote, reskinning forests. So if you look at the operating curtains, those are forests basically with the same rules. It's just it'd be weird to have forests in an underground lab.
Okay.
And then the vats actually light up. So my brother rigged them to have lighting effects underneath. So in the morning we would go in and turn everything on.
Inexpensive LEDs have also changed the landscape of gaming.
Yeah. I can double down on that. The LEDs have gotten so much smaller and so much easier to work with over the last few years.
Do you and I think I know you were messing with the glow in the dark paint stuff. Do you actually have minis like incorporated into some of your lights?
Not minis. My Gunpla stuff, my Gunpla hobby side of things. I do LEDs inside of the robots.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so awesome. That's where that realm comes from.
Farm animals spotted.
Yeah, we use them as our scatter terrain. So scatter terrain is one of my favorite terrain rules that were introduced in this edition, where you can have these tiny little obstacles that you can sprinkle throughout your table that can be destroyed by an 80 mil or larger model. So we use like the little crates that you can see on the Cephalix table. We have farm animals. We have cute little flary things that we'll put on the table for scatter.
So wait a minute. Does that mean an 80 millimeter base moving over it just removes the piece, or?
Yeah, it just destroys it completely or removes it from the game.
So they're crushing the farm animals?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, people. It's always a moral dilemma.
Isn't cute at all anymore.
So something that we were theory crafting with our games club a couple years ago, before the Lucky Penny or that soul card came out, was we allowed our players to destroy the farm animals to get corpses and souls, but that broke the game very quickly. So they're just little walls now.
Little bitty walls. And then we've got some rivers running through. What are the water rules in the game nowadays? When I last checked, they were pretty brutal, but
so they no longer kill your jack because of like the boiler rule. They're just rough terrain. It's water unless you have the amphibious rule. We really like using the river to cut, and you can build these as pieces through the table, and we treat each individual piece of the river as like a flaggable piece of terrain. So for scoring purposes, so it's not just this giant.
I'm going to contest on my end of the table. You're going to contest on your end of the table, and we're just going to stay there the whole game.
So you said a flaggable piece of terrain. Are pieces of terrain now considered objectives instead of just objective markers?
Yes. So the way that flags work in the game is you deploy your flag at the start of the game, you set it up, and after you pick sides, before you deploy your armies, you choose a piece of terrain within 5 inches of that flag, and you move the flag to that piece of terrain.
And if it's like a forest, if it's like a forest terrain, something you can stand in, you have to stand inside the flag to score it. If it's like a building, you have to stand within 3 of it to score it or to contest.
Okay. You can't go inside buildings or anything still, right?
Nope.
There are structures that you can go inside, but everybody like hates those rules for those things. They haven't quite.
Yeah,
we haven't. Yeah, we haven't.
We don't talk about this.
Like
ironed those out yet.
Yeah, so you'll probably see in a couple pictures what we do with our guard towers is we put smoke effects in them, so they've been destroyed or blown out. We just use them as an obstruction.
What is this, a little dust devil? Like what?
Yeah,
that's awesome. So with the terrain, like you've got a whole team making the terrain. I know some of it's like Nova stuff that you revivified, but most of this is coming from like the combined groups, is it not?
So this table is one of the Atlanteans tables by Jay. He brought out some really great thematic ones. He had like a Crix table. He had Protectorate, Destroyed Battlefield. Yeah, the Atlanteans did that one. Joe did.
Guys, look at this. Like,
it's gorgeous.
How do you not want to just like get your minis on here and play? Like, just I don't know, just have a little expedition out here. This is so beautiful.
Yeah, the zoo table is super cool.
Yeah,
super
Joe did a phenomenal job on this table. It looks great.
And I like the little footprint that they have there in the, like inside the shifting stones. Now it's like kind of 3 shifting stones, but they're kind of like, this is where they are. And you just step in and you get teleported.
Yeah. So those were created by a Workbench Maniac, as well as the Barnabas that we'll see later that was going around online. So those played a pivotal role in our narrative where players could put models in the teleporters, and that's how they move from table to table.
Oh yeah, here was the old table. So this I understood to be a like a altar.
Yes, so that was an altar to the old witch and old Umbre, and this table was designed by Jay from the Atlanteans.
Excellent, looks fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Do you get in on this stuff, Tyler? Are you like, I'm making a table?
So I actually the terrain, some of it we printed for Jay to print.
Okay.
Yeah. So me and my co-host each had one. I have a Prusa that is broken, and then he has a bamboo that we use to print stuff.
The bamboos are really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, my poor Prusa was awful. Anyway.
Yeah, like we're not lying. We said it was a group effort. And everybody coming together to pull this off, because planning for this narrative started in November of last year.
Oh, wow. So you'll be starting fairly soon on next year.
Yes, that is an accurate statement. Yeah. So typically we take September off and most of October, and then we start brainstorming some ideas of what we want to do.
That's so good. Oh my God. So
yeah, the train was awesome.
Yeah.
and here's some more of the detail. I don't know, just this one really captures the imagination because it's so exotic, like you're used to, we're fighting over little houses and apparently crushing farm animals to death. But
so the little there's always going to be animals. So the little pits that you can see behind that statue worked as part of our narrative as well. So we had like traps that people could walk over with their models, and then Jay and Joe, or maybe Taylor, you did this, but they would fill with a different, like those pits would fill with something different. So we had like lava, poison, depending on what trap got sprung.
Mm-hmm.
Weema. So Taylor, for you, I know that, this is a little bit of a different area here. Before we move on with that, I can mention it now, I guess. You have an event coming up, right?
I do.
So since this is sort of a super exciting thing, and Nova has already happened, but if you love Warmachine and you're up in the Northeast, where can people go to play some more Warmachine, Taylor?
So on October 12th, I'll be running a small up to 16-person steamroller on the Sunday at Call to Arms. It's a local tabletop gaming convention in Williamsburg. It'll be going all weekend. If you're in the Williamsburg area, come stop by. All you have to do is buy a ticket to the event, and you get into the Warmachine event for free. There will be prize support, and there will be probably 8 tables all set up by the Hampton Roads area, and me and my buddy who are just running the tables, and I'll be running demos all weekend.
Oh, sweet. So where do people find it to sign up to buy tickets?
Let me get that link for you.
Just throw it in the private chat, and I'll set that up as a link. So you're running a steam. You said steamroller?
I'm running a steamroller on Sunday, and then I'll be there Friday and Saturday to run demos for any new player who wants to try. Because it's their first time holding Warmachine here, and Warmachine's been growing, and they were interested in having it. And I actually met the guy running it on the plane back from Adepticon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. He's in our area. He's in our area. We were both on the same flight that got delayed, so we were just chatting. Williamsburg, Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ryan. Okay. So how many points is the average steamroller? Are we 75 points these days, or?
We are 100 points. So this event and most events are going to be 2 100-point lists.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They standardized steamroller with the steamroller packet that came out this year, where it's just 100 points.
That's Northeast compared to New Mexico, Aaron. So, but
I will say, if you are looking for smaller, the tournament, smaller point, Brawl Machine, the folks that designed that packet, those scenarios are a blast to play. Even as someone that enjoys those 100-point steamrollers, I love me some Brawl Machine. They're just fun scenarios. Can't recommend it enough. Brawl Machine's very good.
Warmachine does seem like that's done very well too. There you go. There's the website. Call to Arms, Virginia /tournaments. Cool. Well, that looks fun. So, yeah. So here I am in New Mexico with I don't know that Warmachine has happened very much. However, I do understand Tried and True helped organize a certain website to help find games. Is that still kind of going?
Yes, the community. Yep, the community finder is still available. Updates have been a little spotty. So my brother and I were both in the service, and we were both in training for pretty much the entire summer, which led into Nova. So we're a bit behind on the updates on that. We're just working them as we can. But to answer your question, yes, that website's still up and rolling.
Sweet. So hopefully the steamroller from Taylor will show up on there too. So that'll be cool. So. Yeah, I hope that has a really good turnout. It seems like specifically that neck of the woods is growing a lot of Warmachine. Of course, my only example of that is like Adepticon and Nova. I don't know if like LVO sees Warmachine. Does anybody know if
they do? Yep,
yep.
Tyson's the one that has he's the lead TO for LVO, and his tables are really incredible too. Yeah. Paul takes a lot of inspiration from he's got his Cirrus table that's like clockwork, and it actually has moving pieces on the board. He's got a Grimkin themed table. I think he's got a Cephalix table as well, which Paul took a lot of inspiration from when he was building the one for us. And he's got this like really cool clockwork table with moving gears and things like that.
Moving gears, like as you move around on the board?
Like as you're playing. There's, I don't know if it's glass. I haven't seen them in person, just video online, but there's like gears moving underneath on the table, so your models are sliding across them. It's really cool.
Holy,
that's kind of neat.
All right, well that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's really gone the other way from little placemats we used to play on.
Yeah.
What is this guy? He looks Crixy.
It's the Hellraker, the new Crix Colossal.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay. So that's
awesome.
a 120 mil base then.
That kind of mechanical worm vibe coming out of the ground.
He reminds me.
Rules.
Yeah, I was gonna say he reminds me of the cars from like Ninja Turtles that they used to use underneath, like Shredder and those guys, like that would drill. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Taylor.
You're good. I was just saying his rules are really cool. Since he's a giant worm, they have a rule called Tunneler. It literally he like goes underground, then pops up within 10 inches somewhere else, wherever you want.
Oh, okay. So you can kind of keep your opponent guess. Like they can't really counterplay to get against that too much. There's no rule about where it pops up, like within range of another model. It can pop up literally anywhere within 10.
If it pops
Other
up
than-
on another model, you're allowed to push the enemy models away from you in your direction of choosing. So you can like pop up, move the models around, and then when they pop up, they take a damage roll based off how many. Yeah,
like a collateral damage type of thing.
I think it's a PAL 12 or a PAL 14, and then don't remember.
I think the only restriction is it can't like if it can't push models or if there's a defense minus the spike trap, that's not applicable. But any other defense, it can't pop there. So like the barrier walls, for example, or a fire pit, it can't dig up from underneath that.
Whoa! If you come here near him, you lose focus. Is that right?
So
Yes.
if you want to buy an extra attack against him within like 6 inches of him, if you're using the certain arms that are on it called the void plates, it either costs 2 focus to buy the extra attack or 2 fury to buy the extra attack.
Oh my goodness!
And if infantry hit him, he's got bombs on him that like do you auto power 12s or something on you. What's this? I don't know.
3.
Yeah, so cheap these cricks.
Yeah, that seems brutal.
Oh, it's gonna be, and the way I'm seeing it, it's gonna be a puzzle piece to interact with.
Well, he seems very toolsy, right? You can shift him off of points. You can eat, I don't know, attack things. You can screw around with someone's focus. Like, yeah, no, and it's anti-infantry.
Really?
It seems rough. How many points are we talking? Do you know yet?
It's like 25 to 30, right?
So
very
pretty sizable. Is it still pretty cheap for the? Yeah, I guess.
That
For
yeah,
Colossal,
for a
that's
colossal,
I
it's
think
very
it's
cheap.
yeah.
So whenever I was playing Warmachine in Mac 2 back in the day, like infantry was the big thing for cricks, but it seems like little jacks are catching up.
Their jacks are very good and they're focus efficient, and they're cheap. But their infantry is also very good. I don't know. I don't know if it's just cricks are playing in character where their army's insane in every edition. I'm not sure, but
that's in character.
Yeah.
I say they do a very good job of playing like an infantry list with like Sepsira, for example, or Kythos. Sepsira lets you spawn another unit, and then that unit can fully activate. That's her feat. Kythos's feat is +3 defense, and then you can play the other side where you're playing like a Viserys or Mortenebra, who like are just very good for their jacks, and their jacks are focus efficient, as Erica was saying, and then they're very strong and they just hit like a truck. So you can play both sides, and that's your 2 list skew.
Oh my goodness, that seems pretty brutal.
I like that.
T-Rex, I'd feel almost cheated if cricks weren't cheating. JP Got Rockets has a Twitch stream going on tomorrow for 988 Lifeline.
I heard a saying from previous editions that says if you can't win with cricks, you can't win at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was true or not.
So apparently on C4, which I have never, personally interacted with, but I always understood the instructions for like the C4 explosive to be front toward enemy. And those same instructions were always applied to cricks. It was just go. Look at the necro
That kind of checks out.
harvester. Oh god.
This is we're downstairs in the vendor hall. So this is at SFG's booth. So that was the Necro Harvester, and then this is the new Fury army that's coming out, the Kithgard, which is the new Troll Blood army.
Yeah, so they had a huge banner behind, they got all the product up and they've got this huge banner of the Kithgard. And we're looking at it and we're like, does those troll kids have a warjack? What is happening? And they're like, you'll see. So
yeah, I don't know the secret behind anything on that banner, but if you look, there is one troll in that art that is wearing power armor, like Warcaster power armor, which is
and
insane.
I guess that's how it was described later as more Warcastery armor. I mean, it was huge, so I was like, that looks like a warjack to me, but.
I'm so excited for that model.
Yeah, and it's also if you really like break down that picture and that model, it has like a Kador axe, a Signar jack gun, like it's a mix mosh of a bunch of different jacks from different factions. Yeah.
Oh man,
that's the Kithgard's whole shtick.
Well, I like the little guy with the
like
fox on his back. Did you see that?
See which thing?
Go back.
Go back a picture.
Oh, yeah, this little guy.
Yeah, this little guy, the fox,
Yeah.
like hanging out of his back. He's cool. Oh, he's a sniper.
Yeah, which I
Mhm.
wonder if the Kithgard are going to follow the Brine Blood Marauders casters, because a lot of their, aside from Boggity Bomb, all have animal familiars. So I don't know if Kithgard are going to follow that as well.
Huh.
Vassal said, I can see the appeal for the Kithgard for some, but I was personally hoping for something more shamanistic and Dunian. I mean, it's still pretty neat to get away from just pirates. Like,
Well, I know they were having a lot of stone shapers and things like that for
Yeah.
a while, which I did like. I did like that they had that. And so I think that's what he might be talking about, is like having a troll blood faction that's a little more, I don't know, a little more earthy.
yeah, okay, I can see the appeal of that. Well painted models, though. I mean, they kind of like the display pieces always were, though. This guy's cool.
Yeah, those Kithgard
Vodigan?
are awesome.
Yeah,
Oh no, I was just reading Paul's comment. Is on a turtle. I don't know.
That's Meemaw. That's Malga Balza. Who she's one of the solos that came out. She's one of their only
She's
cav
like
models. She's
adorable.
like a speed 5 turtle.
These aren't real words.
Mima.
Yeah, we lovingly call her Meemaw out here.
Oh my god. That was always horrible with all the names. Oh, this guy's cool.
And I
All
think
right.
this
I think
is
that's the
their
light war
light.
beast.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
This
the
one
light.
is. Oh, okay. And then they've got like this cannon mortar thing happening.
Oh, with the pit, yeah.
The pigs are always kind of fun.
Yeah, that's Andy's favorite part of the trolls is the pigs. He's holding out for a pygmy caster.
Yes.
So there's plus fire equals hippies. What? And then we've got. Wait a minute. I
So
guess
these-
this is Signa, right?
Yeah, this is the last of the Gravedigger releases, I think, right,
Mhm.
Taylor? It's the field gun
Yeah.
and their 80 mil. Well, they have multiple 80
Yeah,
mils.
so
I
the
guess.
left model is their 80 mil assault strider. It's like a giant walker, and then the right is their 80 mil field gun.
Wow.
Which-
Oh wow, that's cool.
Which the range on that gun is the entire table against
So
flared
if you-
models.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you other units in the game, like the heavy machine gun, the light jack has a weapon that can do it, and then the commandos have a rule called flare. Like in real combat, you go up and you flare something, your artillery knows what's a hit. So if you
Mhm.
flare something on one corner of the board, the range of the field gun is infinite for the thing that is flared.
Mm. Oh wow, that's really cool.
Just an 80 mil artillery piece.
Mhm.
That's really
Mhm.
cool. There's that crew of 3 that's on it. They're just considered to be part of that same model, right?
So that model, I believe, has the structure rule to it. So
does,
once you
yeah.
put it out, you can't move it after that.
Mm.
It just has a set stat line with hit points.
Okay. So it's almost like the bunker or something like that used to be. And the guys on it, they're just part of the structure essentially, like they can't
Yep.
run off and fight.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, it's an arm for those who are curious. It's an arm 18 with 18 boxes.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's
It's
not bad.
these are just some more Kithgard models.
Gotcha. I mean, they're well modeled. Like, I feel like they've gotten, like, in the way I
That
like
guy's
that.
my favorite.
He's adorable.
It reminds me of like what you'd see the Grimkin, like little gremlins doing.
Mm.
But I say this as the thought occurs to me, like Warmachine's getting more serious again. You see this model, but generally speaking, like I think they've moved toward a more like a less silly tone. Like this guy.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think on John's show Amusing Panda last night, Joe hit the nail on the head with the troll bloods. Like if you look at the Brine Blood Marauders, they're a little bit more comedic. These look more War Machine
Yeah.
than the first set of trolls that came out.
I think oh my
trolls
God.
have always had that like a little bit of comedic value in them.
Yeah, I think they have.
Yeah, I would say so. When you think
But
of like
these-
Doomhowler and
Yeah, I guess these are just like less silly or in the one direction. Like they're more, they feel more in universe than some of the other models
I
that have
think
come
that's
out in this edition.
how do you God, look at all those little spikes to paint. Oh my lord.
I really want somebody to count the spikes on that when they get it, just to let me know.
It's like the barnacles. Instead of barnacles, you get spikes.
My favorite
Barnacles seem easier to.
interaction.
Yeah.
I was like talking to Russ, so like the guy, one of the lead designers at SFG, about like how many barnacles are on this model. He's like, yeah, we cut down the barnacles on Chum to like 22, and I was like, by the way, it's 32. I counted, and he was like, oh, whoops.
I didn't
And that's what
expect
they
you to
cut
get
it down to.
And
Yeah.
now for something completely different.
Oh, what a good shot of that.
Yeah,
Just
so
right.
the lore behind this picture is Annie and I were excited. We got our room and they said, oh, it's facing the city, so you get like this beautiful view of downtown DC. We open the window and or the curtain, and it's like, oh, a big inflatable robot. A romantic DC view.
No, that's awesome. All right, and then we've got some more like general, like
Yep.
con life, just being around people. Oh, I wonder if you have a banner of the other
We
picture.
do. There should be a picture coming up here shortly. So this is
Cool.
Baron of Dice. So this is their new Cephalix dice and their new magnetic faction dice trays that were
Okay.
available.
That were these guys. Yeah, I've used those before. They're nice.
They were selling like hotcakes. We would take little drive-bys at the booth, and it was just all the Warmachine stuff was going really quick.
Oh yeah, people were excited for Dice to come back, and then the
Mhm.
fact they got Baron to do them, who's like been slowly growing one of the biggest dice businesses I feel like I've ever seen.
It is quite the
Oh,
thing.
here, let's go
like-
back. Let's go back to that table. Oh, those 3 tables.
Mhm.
Did we go over the idea behind this yet?
Well, not in depth.
Yeah, I can just go over the quick overview synopsis. So you can see we have 3 different tables. Each table is very unique. They represent 3 different areas in the Iron Kingdom. So we've got the frozen wastelands of Kador with old Umbri inspiration. We have the jungle tropical-y zoo, and then we have the Ios Highlands. Each of the tables we would deploy, there were 2 teams. We would have 4 players at each table. So a total of, what is that, 12? Yeah, 12 times 3. And it was a 6 on 6, and each table had a dedicated DM. So our narratives are a little bit different than, let's say, one that you may go to Adepticon, where and I'm just going to say this as somebody that's played in those narratives before. Unless you're on the marquee, like big table where stuff's going down, so like the wall, the airship, you kind of feel like you're playing 1v1 satellite games, if that makes sense. And I've been on the satellite. You just feel so separated from the action. So with that feedback coming back, we're like, no, we want all of our players to feel like they are in this thing, that everybody's interacting with each other, and I'm not just playing some person across the table from me.
Yeah.
So the story of this table is Circle of Aboris have gone underground. There are these mysterious stones that appeared, and the Orgoth want the stones because of the teleportation magic to be able to quickly move their armies across the Iron Kingdoms. They don't have to rely on ships. The tables are separated except for these teleporters. So players could put models in the teleporter, roll a 2d6 difficulty check, and depending on how high they would roll, would determine where they would be teleported to. I think one player like rolled 2 1s, and their warcaster lost a leg in the teleporter.
How do you represent that?
through there. So again, everything on the table is interactable. The forest, the little stones on the ground, the bird nest that you see there, you could go up and try and sneak and steal eggs, for example. We had one team that was chucking bombs through their teleporter to another table. It was pretty chaotic. This table is a bit like a theme park. So as our players are playing, you'll see the big obelisks in the center. They start broken, and as players collect stones for points, the obelisks reform. And once all 3 obelisks are reformed, then that's when Barnabas, the mouth of Aboros, or the mouth of the Devourer Worm, is spawned. And then the win condition changes. The players now have to survive Barnabas.
Yes, which I'm trying to find, but I'm sort of in linear order here, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, he definitely shows up. He'll show up.
Oh yeah, this is an awesome picture of Helm's Deep.
Oh, the Helm's Deep was like insane.
That was
This thing was
insane.
crazy. It was so cool to see up close. Actually, if you look behind it, there's the caves on the inside too. Like it's actually modeled on the other side too.
It is. There's a whole cave network and everything. It's crazy.
It was.
I was talking to those guys about like, because I had the same files they used to print it, and he was like, "It's 30 kilograms of filament."
Oh wow.
I was like, "Okay, well, it's gonna be a while before I get there."
That might be a hot minute. Holy smokes! Wow, 32. That thing was heavy.
So
There's
that's
some,
65 pounds of filament, roughly.
Oh my lord. But it's so sturdy. TSA gets a hold of it. So I had my Imperial Guard helmet for cosplay that weekend, and the helmet I just put in my checked bag. It's like, it's a helmet, like it's pretty sturdy. No, the whole corner of it's just crunched in from TSA, just being as violent as they possibly can with bags. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
So they do.
Menlo inspired?
This was the Scorn. This is one of the
Oh, this
Scorn
is Scorn,
tables
that's
that
right.
premiered last year. So my brother did this table as well, and you'll see the tents kind of act like the operating curtains on the Cephalix table. They have the
Kind of
same
the
rules as
forest.
Forest. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it really works well thematically. Like it makes sense. Back to Helm's Deep.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Helm's Deep was going on, you guys. Like we were just bouncing back and forth between that table.
So it's all in the same room, right? Like there's this massive amount of games just happening in this huge, huge hall, the Columbia Hall. So you've got Warmachine, you've got Age of Sigmar, and you've got Old World was somewhere else. But yeah, you've got Lord of the Rings. I think Star Wars was there, and yeah, a bunch of stuff. It was cool. There you are.
Yep.
Yeah, like I
An
play.
Erica for reference.
Yeah, Erica for reference.
It is rather crazy. Okay, so this is back.
This is still Lord of the Rings. That like that tower thing lit up because it was on fire to simulate it being on fire. Sorry, we probably get some pictures of the Lord of the Rings tables. I know it's not Warmachine, but their tables are incredible.
Yeah, some prize support. I bought this thing, by the way. This thing
is
awesome. I'm going to be using that for my tournament later.
So one thing that we got questions a whole lot about is this Warmachine match play kit, which is 4 TOs, and I believe that's going to be for sale in September. So what comes in that box is a QR code for the IG trophy, the current IG trophy, command cards, a full set, custom tokens, an event sign up thing that you could post for your club to sign up, and then there's some art prints in there. So throughout the whole weekend, Matt and Rich were autographing the art prints for our players, which was really cool.
Oh, nice. It's Taylor there like, can you get done for me for next month?
But yeah, it's a great little kit to kind of get if you have a game group that's starting or you're hosting steamrollers, it's kind of something to get you started.
Actually, if somebody voice wants to grab it, I can explain what that little pouch thing is. So it is, it literally is just a.
Where would I find such a thing?
It's it's downstairs in the sewing room, right on top of I think your light bag, because our house is full of so many things. But yeah, it's a dice bag like you would think, except the sides are a little bit more rigid, so it'll stay open. And the top of that folds, where you see this little softer fabric, what that'll do is, you can close the dice bag because there's a thinner fabric up at the top. But if you have it opened, then you can keep the dice bag open and kind of keep it on your hip like a saddlebag. And you can just reach in there and grab dice. And it has these cool little pockets on the side to hold like your little widgets, your measuring tape, like just anything else. So what I always do whenever I'm playing in a game is I'm really good about like leaving my freaking tape measure or some dice or whatever on one end of the table and walking around to the other side and having to walk back and get it. Thank you. So this little handy dandy jigger, I'm going to take that off for a second. This little guy here, I think it's the same thing. So here's the top of it where it like zips up, but if you don't, you can keep it poked in there, and now it just stays open as a little dice bag, dice pouch. And so you have your dice in there, and you can just do whatever. You can grab them and roll dice, and it has this cool little pouch that actually is it's Velcro, so you can take it off, put something cool on there. You can put a Wargamer Girl patch or something on there. I don't know. Tried and true, Ice King, whatever. But then it has this little hook that just hangs on your belt, and so you just always have your dice with you, and it's really handy. So anyway, there's my plug.
That's pretty sweet.
It's
is.
essentially a carpenter's nail bag.
Yes.
That's what I think it is.
I say it looks like a chalk bag you use for climbing because you can.
Oh, there you
keep
go.
it
Yeah.
What are these hobbies outside of wargaming we're talking about?
My bad.
Oh, don't worry. Dan ran off. Wargamer Dan does lots of rock climbing.
Yeah, I actually saw his picture recently. He's off in the mountains. Was that our last picture? What is this doing? Oh, there we go. More prizes. So we got you some of those sweet plaques, and then we've got what Nova Open.
So yep, so this is from Shop Talk Mario Centurion Tactics. He does custom tokens for the different armies in the game, as well as these like really cool miniature command cards that I love those things that you can just place on your models. That's his shop. It's his token shop, Centurion Tactics. So he supported us by sending us some prize support for our players for Nova.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
and that's in
They're
addition
really
to what SFG actually provided too. Okay, that's really
yeah.
cool.
It was really that was very generous of him.
You got some games going on. Are any of these yours, Taylor? No, those don't look like your hands.
No, they're not bright enough.
What is this? What is this heretical tape measure here on this Warmachine board?
That's an OG tape measure. That's like a classic now.
Yeah, throwback.
I mean, they still sell them. I've got one. I don't think it's that old. I hope not. Oh yeah. So what was up with these? There were a couple of tables with like the statue heads coming out and arms.
So we got the idea for this table from the Siege Invitational from 2 years ago. So Damon hooked us up with the Etsy shop that does these prints. So the idea is we took a jade statue that was destroyed or just old and broke it up and used that as obstructions on our table.
It's really cool.
So we've got like hands and feet, and it's the full statue that's broken, and then we use that on multiple tables.
Well,
I really like that terrain.
Yeah,
I think that was one of my favorite tables. Was all the different.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And it was Paul's idea to do the jade, and I think it looks really, really nice.
I agree. I think I've got this model here. Is that part of Chimera?
Yes.
That is what you have.
The snakes.
Snacks.
And then those are the command cards.
Right. Oh, we got some video. Oh my goodness.
This
60
is from the
people
2v2,
playing.
right?
Yes, this is from the 2v2.
Okay. Back to
Sorry, we're back to Helm's Deep.
Back to Helm's Deep.
What's going on
It's like cut to. Meanwhile, this battle is happening. And over here.
Yeah.
This is entirely unrelated. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the previous picture, that was Rich and Matt from SFG. They were playing with our players at for 2v2.
Oh yes, there you go. So you like the game, love the game, or don't? These are the guys to blame.
Yeah, and we treat Thursday as kind of our icebreaker chill day, so we have more less, I guess, sweaty. That was the term, as we get sweaty events. So we do a 2v2 blind date where we pair players together that don't know each other, and we have them play together.
In your trapper keeper.
Yeah, we did. So Paul did those. Paul did all the pictures.
So
and
how
then
many couples did you walk away with?
There was a lot of people playing. I think we had 6 teams of 24 people. And at night we did Trash List Thursday, which was really funny. Some people came up with some really, really bad funny lists.
What was the Helith one that showed up?
The Helith one that won this year's Trash Man Award was Helith, who's a shooting range warcaster with a melee ghast and all ambush models that never made it to the board.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That was the point. It was supposed to be like make it as weird as you could. That just totally
hamstring yourself, right?
Yeah, or like playing Kane with nothing but melee jacks, like just the most unoptimized list you could come up with.
The ambush one's pretty good. You're like, I'm alone mostly. Is this your streaming setup, Tyler?
Yeah, this is my little portable one I bring to every event.
Okay. So when you're streaming, are you streaming to YouTube or Twitch or?
Just a YouTube.
Okay. And
I
then
try to keep
is
all
there?
my stuff on one channel.
Gotcha. Do you commentary while it's happening? Like,
I don't, because I'm usually playing in the event, because I also love sharing the game. I also love playing the game. So it's just like this. I'm like playing and hoping it doesn't break, and I come back and it's still working, and I'm like, thanks.
It's like, all right, you guys can watch, but I'm gonna be off playing.
I'm gonna be off losing. I'll be over there. Don't worry about me.
fun little gimbal setup. You got a little magic arm coming out to you at a light. What is that?
That one is not fully set up yet. That is, I was plugging it in to make it work before I moved it up top, because that's actually the top down camera.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, you've got 2 angles on it. So
I
what's
have, like,
what's the
side
meta
view.
for battle reports these days? Like, I'm sorry, what's the proper recording style now?
I don't, but for this, I only ended up doing one camera even, because it was like, when I zoomed out to try to get both cameras in, it was cutting off too much, and I wasn't there to flip back and forth like a commentator would be. So I left it on just one main angle, and everyone seemed to enjoy the streams off that. So,
Okay, nice.
At Bocor Brawl, when I was streaming, I had one main camera, and then I zoomed a camera in on the clock so you could see the time.
Oh.
And that was
Good
like
idea.
that was my fancy days.
There you are. There you are being setting your stuff up. I guess the uncooperative overhead camera.
Oh yeah, that's my co-host, because it was like I can't look at it at the same time as he can.
So he's just like a little to the left. What? And yeah, that color scheme. That's crazy looking. What are
Yeah, so I forget whose Infernal's army this was. We were taking pictures and sharing online, and a couple people on Discord were asking for more shots of this army specifically because of the flesh tones that he has, or
visceral looking?
Yeah.
Look like brains.
Oof. I mean, I hate
So
the Infernals, but
Infernals.
still, those really are super
Don't worry,
cool looking.
Everyone does.
Mm.
I mostly hate them from a lore perspective, but that's just like a whole other soapbox. This thing, look, look, guys, come on, what is happening here? That's a war caster, I guess, maybe.
No,
But
that's a
it's
war
head.
jack.
It looks like a war
People-
jack, but I'm told
It's not a troll. Look at his arm. See on the right hand side there? Like those
So
are
I have-
pistons. That's
there's-
not a troll arm.
There's 2 theories on this. There's one it's the new 80 mil that's coming out next year or something. Or my personal fan theory is there's a pygmy in there.
That's just his power armor.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
vortex, you know?
Erica, we were watching Independence Day at the hotel.
Oh, okay. I was so distracted. I was just so tired. I was like, oh, Independence Day. Oh, Jeff Goldblum. Like,
But it's like the little alien inside the big,
yeah.
the
Mhm.
pygmy inside. Okay, yep. Flindo agrees with you. I don't know. I'm confused.
And it's
That's
if you
gonna
look
be
at
awesome to paint.
Yeah, and if you look at the different parts on it, like everything's from a different faction's warjack,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because those are on the top of a conquest.
So
For
it's
that
like, is he just
also-
being jack marshaled, or is he actually like
Well,
tied to that guy who's standing in front of him?
And maybe this is next year's anniversary model.
Because if you zoom in to
If it's an
the
80 mil.
little guy in front of him, the little troll blood,
this
Mhm.
guy.
yeah, like zoom into him.
I'm zoomed in as much as it'll let me go.
Oh, I see. You can barely make it out, but he has 2 smokestacks on his back.
Yeah, he has power
Yeah.
armor. It looks like
So
in that
that looks
picture.
like-
Yeah.
That looks like the what do you
It would
call that?
be
The little
the other-
The
Is it what we're
arcane
talking about?
turbine.
turbine. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, quiet, Andrew.
I say the other thing people are saying is that might be their 80 mil, because every army gets an 80 mil. Their 80 mil, which just might be a super junior.
Super Junior. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's
another
very cool.
Magnus or a Carver
Yeah.
or Nastilla this year.
I'm super confused as to how Magnus got downgraded to a junior warcaster.
And he went from 2 to 4.
I forgot 3.
There's
I
no
forgot
three.
three.
That is also what a confusing individual.
Yeah. What a confusing timeline we're in.
He's
So
just
I said-
old and senile now.
Mm.
That's basically it. He can't focus as much, so He just
That's why he
has
only has
fewer
5 focus.
It's because of senility. Wow. There you go. Flinda says Magnus can't count. That's fine.
Flinda with the memes. I'm here for it.
Oh Lord. Well, did you have some favorite games, Taylor? Because you played all weekend, right?
Yeah. I don't know. My favorite game was probably one of my games I lost actually.
The blind date, by the way. I'm sorry, which game was your favorite?
One of the game I lost against Cody, who is he's just a fantastic player. And it was like I actually played the game finally how I was supposed to into the Infernals matchup. And I was like, oh, I was doing mostly the right things, minus 1 or 2 things. So that felt good as a learning perspective for me trying to improve my game. I still lost, but like it's Infernals. So but it felt good as a player to be like,
it's like the longer they last, the more dangerous they are, right? Because they have all the stuff that keeps coming in.
So I think the issue with Infernals is when they streamlined a lot of rules for the models, a lot of legacy got missed in that. So for example, they have a 5-point solo who just has 2 free crazy auras on him, which is Tactician and Brother's Keeper. He just does it for free. And he's a dude on a horse with a lot of hit points. It's just like their stuff is so, and the way that summoning works with their heavies, it's just like, I don't know. If we keep in legacy in the game, not to get on a little soapbox, we need to make sure that everybody gets looked at if we're going to have 50 armies in this game and that everyone's playing at somewhat the same standard of rules.
Basically, the way Infernals works now is a little different because like before they were really good long term, but like now is like the longer they go, they start running out of resources. And I was just and like as the game lost on scenario, I was just about to hit that turning point where like he's running out of resources to like keep spawning things or have essence to give his beasts out, have essence to give his big monster beasts. I was just on the edge of that, and then scenario just kind of walked away from me. And Ryan is right. Apparently, I'm not supposed to give him credit for being number 1 in the world.
Well, clearly because he's a scrub. I mean,
Hey, Ryan. But yeah, they're a very good army in this edition of the game.
They're very good. And they ask a lot of questions that some armies just don't have answers to, and that's why they do pretty good. And then the people who are playing them and still have all their models, it also helps that those are just some of the best players too.
Yeah.
That's fair. So with all the legacy stuff, like to your understanding, do you think that's going to stick around, or you think eventually it might phase out as they do more and more of they come out with more and more cadres and new?
Adepticon, they highlighted 4 legacy armies that are all coming back for sure.
Grimkin being one of them.
Yeah, Grimkin, Infernals, Crucible Guard, and Dark Operations. And we're mostly through Dark Ops getting revamped in my mini factory.
What is Dark Ops?
That's a Cephalix, I believe.
Cephalix? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Crucible Guard getting turned into 3D. Yay!
So my mini factory will be how they do that. Go ahead, Erica. Sorry.
I was gonna say, and like you're saying, Taylor, is they're getting new models in those armies. So when the Hellraker came out, the Cephalix got a new 3-man unit.
They got the Stormblades too.
Now, are you able to use the old Cephalix monstrosities and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
because they have them. They have the full 3D models here on my mini factory. So
yeah, if you have the old ones, you can use them. Or if you just want to print, you can print new ones.
Yeah,
is that the Dracodile? Oh my god!
Now is that Barnabas?
No, you'll know Barnabas when you see Barnabas.
I'm waiting. I'm looking for him.
Yeah, we can get through. A lot of these pictures are for the music video, so I take between Andy and I, we take a lot of pictures and events just to make sure we have enough. But yeah, we can
all right. Maybe we can
skip through some of these. Yeah, that was Trashless.
Well, that's kind of neat.
It's the Phantasm. That's Dusk's new Colossal. It's a big model. It's a very big model.
So when I packed for this event and previous events with that, I have an entirely separate bag for just that one model. So I call it my toddler carrier.
You should you could get one of those little papooses, that people put like little babies in, and you just have it as part of as like an item you're wearing in the airport. You know,
When
that
it,
way you can get on the plane and they don't charge you for another bag, and they're not
Dusk was
throwing it.
waiting for that model for like so long, and when it
Yeah.
finally like it dropped, I did like baby announcement photos for it.
Yeah. Will it be a boy or girl? Never mind.
So this is Joe's army, I believe,
Oh.
and he's the one that did our zoo table. Yep, this is Joe's army.
Wow.
So he
That-
Oh, it
custom
is?
put tiki masks on his
Oh, he
on his
added those?
Mhm.
Dude.
So the little frogs have them, but every other normal brine blood model, minus the Abyssal King, has a tiki mask on it.
Good night. Those things look amazing.
Like he's just hitting people with a hammerhead shark.
Well,
Yeah.
More big
Let's see.
boys.
Yeah, that's the Trichimerics. That's Shadow Flame Shards 120.
Airships.
That's Joe's army again. We took a lot of pictures of Joe. Joe won this year's art award for his army for
I
best
feel
painted.
it's well earned. It's gorgeous. Like that really stands out. Angry turtle thing.
That's
What's
Garl
that
gas.
model? Yeah, the Garl gas, aka the potato.
Potato.
Yeah, a big giant bowling ball of resin.
And then another airship way up in the air. Are those things sturdy? They seem not.
So that's a modification that Joe did on his gosh, those little 50 mil. I can't. Andy always shoves them
The
in my
pig-
face. I can't
pig
remember. Yeah, the
blimps?
pig dirge. The dirge.
Yeah.
I know that guy.
That was Ryan running his double like with Harkovich, I think, in one of the legacy armies.
Well, this one is a little bit different because Conquest is there with the guns. Is this Victor?
I think it's Vic. Yeah, I think he was running a Victor in a Conquest.
Okay, that's a lot of Jack. All right.
All right. So now we're starting to get to our first night of legacy, our first night of narrative. So here are our players. And again, everything on the narrative table is interactable. You have a dedicated DM that's there with you. We had throughout the weekend, so there's a lot of replayability with this narrative, right? You could either start on a different table. We also had a pool of quests and vignettes that we would cycle, or the team would cycle throughout the weekend. So a certain quest that came up in the day narrative would be may show up in the night narrative. This is Carver Town. This is one of the other tables my brother did this year for the tournaments. And Workbench Maniac sculpted the Carver statue for us as well.
Which looks awesome.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Let's see. So get back out of there.
Yep. Oh, there's Barney. All right, so everyone's been waiting for it.
All right, this big boy.
Yeah, so this is again
Cool.
we've had to keep this on the DL for almost a year. When the guys came up with the first narrative was just like portals. It wasn't the shifting stones. I think my brother came up with that. I thought it was really clever. And then once the pillars are built, it summons Barnabas, who's ascended to godhood at the end of Mark III. So when my brother was talking to Workbench about designing it, the big thing was making his mouth giant and grotesque because he's trying to consume gods and the world. So his mouth, his jaw is distended from the shoulder. And he kind of looks like a Dark Souls boss, which is why we had Dark Souls music or Dark Souls boss music playing when my brother and Andy put him on the table.
That's amazing.
I think we have some other shots of him too here.
Let's see. That's
When you guys included the music, it was really cool. It like added to the whole, because it was like the first time anyone in the convention had seen it that weekend. You put him down, the music played. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he had his own boss theme.
He barely fits on this.
Yeah, but you could see like his mouth is just super gross, and we love it. Workbench did a really, really good job sculpting this model.
So his bottom jaw, is it the mandibles? Are they? They're split, right?
Mm-hmm. So it's like split going down his torso a bit. So we really wanted to go with that otherworldly, just gross. We wanted to make him a little scary.
He does
Just
look a
a
little
little.
scary.
Just a little scary. But
He's got-
yeah, we were
I mean,
like
I
Dark
get-
Souls and Barnabas, and boom, and this is what we this is what he came up with. We're
I
like, no,
also
the
get,
mouth has to
like-
go bigger.
Yeah. I get Trevor's vibes. Did we get Trevor's vibes from the mouth?
Yeah.
Mhm.
A little bit, although I think you're seeing like because he has a little bone helmet that
It's
he's
just
got
everybody.
going on, and I
Mhm.
think his lower chin is behind that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we've got going on here.
So
There
this
we
is like, so you can see a heavy Crix jack next to him just for the size of this model,
Comparison.
because he's
Holy
surrounded by heavy jacks. So he's a big boy.
He's probably quite unconcerned. How'd he do? Like, what happens when he comes out? When he came out?
So what I was talking to Andy about it, I was like, oh, he should just have all of his feet when he comes out. So when he first spawns, he makes all the tables essentially get slammed together, so they're no longer separated and players can move from side to side. So throughout the narrative, as you're picking up rocks at the end of every turn, if your model is holding a rock, that model and all the models around it get pulled 6 inches towards the center. You don't know why you're getting pulled. You're getting pulled to the center. So what we found in play testing is it helped get our players to Barnabas, so they weren't wasting turns trying to like get to the boss. So by turn 3, when he showed up, all of our players had most of their army ready to go to engage him. So at that point, it's no longer Team A versus Team B. The teams have to work together to stop this boss, because he'll just eat everything on the table.
That tracks. Got some
oh,
fun interactions here.
Yeah, so the next picture is really fun. This is David Lee's Vikul. Vikul got 8 by Barnabas at one point, and then she made like Constitution 2d6 checks and was eventually able to cut her way out of Barnabas and did like 30 damage to him in one swing.
Wait a minute. Is he colossal, like 64 hitbox kind of, or?
He has God hit points. So basically, how it works for points is as teams do 5 points of damage to Barnabas, they earn a point for their team, and they literally just have to survive 2 or 3 turns with this boss on the board to do enough damage to send him back to the realm that he came from.
Make him turn around. Okay.
Yeah, they weaken him enough. Some other things, like some players were really creative during play testing, was like, what happens if I destroy the pillars? So it was really interesting to see players do different things to try and get rid of Barnabas, because you could destroy the pillars around him as well.
That tongue. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wish I could play the music. That'd have been fun.
But,
all right. So
yeah.
And
So
Taylor, did you get to play on the narrative board, or did you just like hear the boss music come and you're like turning and seeing what's?
I turned and I looked. I was kind of just watching. Did not give myself enough time to play this year in the narrative. That was my mistake, because this year it was awesome.
Never again.
Yeah,
and
and
next year I'm going to be playing for sure.
yeah, one thing we changed with our schedule this year was we cut our afternoon session for a narrative and moved it to the evening. So feedback that we got was a lot of tournament players would love to play a narrative because it's fun, but the tournaments take all day. So when we were doing the scheduling, we're like, hey, let's cut the afternoon and do the night and see how that goes. And then the night was so successful. We didn't want to put ourselves in a position where our players had to choose one or the other.
Right.
We wanted, if you want to play narrative, we wanted to offer that for our players. So going into planning next year, we're definitely going to keep the night. It was such a cool painting. This is Capital Palette. I love the lighting effects.
That looks really good.
That one was cool. I think I got
OSL.
a picture of that as well.
Yeah.
Capital Palette's always insane.
Yeah. Oh, and then full disclosure, this narrative was one that we wrote. It's not canon. It's just, this is what we came up with and ran with it. So we had 3 Barnabases that were created. One stayed with Delaware Warmachine. One was given to the Atlanteans for helping us. And then SFG got the 3rd.
Oh, okay. But they're all identically made. Okay.
And as a party favor, all of our players got mini Barnabases. And a 50 mil base that was like I survived weekend at Barney's, and that's
Did you say weekend at Barney's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Miranda, actually, if you can scroll up so the Barnabas 2, that's Dave Portal Dave. He and his teammate started worshiping Big Barnabas instead of helping their team destroy him, which was fun. And then there's one more picture if you scroll up of Rich Loxham, which is really funny.
Is this the one where his life was taken from him?
Yeah, a little bit up. That one on the left with Acres. Yep, that one. So the story behind this picture is poor Rich.
This looks funny.
Putting on blast right now.
Yeah, so that's the face
a
you
little
make
kid at a birthday party right there. Like
So-
getting ready to make him open a present.
That's the face you make when your warcaster's been killed for the third time and has to be respawned on the narrative table. So Acres, the player on the left, it's Eric Acres. Behind him, Matt Hart. As soon as Rich advanced they were on different teams. As soon as Rich advanced his army past the teleport, they're like, yeah, we're just going to teleport both our armies behind Rich and get him. So that was a picture of Rich getting got by both Orgoth and Crix.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys have fun.
Yeah, I mean, literally those, and my brother was just like, I don't know, because my brother was DMing the IOS table. He's like, I don't know why everybody's here now, but everybody's here. No, it was fun. We wanted to, because it's a convention, right? We want to make it a spectacle. We want to make it like a theme park ride for a narrative, because it's like players are traveling from all over the country to come out and play with us. Sometimes they're bringing their families. It's DC, so we definitely want to make it worth their
travel time.
Yeah, for sure, and put on a good show.
Oh yeah, here are some of those terrain pieces. They look so good.
Thank you.
All right, so highlights from the event for you outside of your amazing obviously running this whole event.
So first and foremost, we were so excited and thankful to be moved back up to the Columbia. It was so humbling to have players come out, fill our events. Our events sold out. We had wait lists, which was amazing. And on Friday before, that's where we had over 60 people in the Warmachine area, and we had multiple events all running simultaneously. And we asked, hey, whose first Nova is this? And at least 20 people raised their hand.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, which is really, really cool.
Because they came out for your event. Like, they came out to play Warmachine.
Yeah. Again, like, word gets out, right? Like, Nova's fun. And then SFG was there. They put Nova on the roadmap.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we have going on right now is I'm very big on post-con feedback. So we have a survey for just Warmachine specific for our players. We're really taking that feedback to heart. That's what helped us make the decision to have narrative at night, for example. So thank you for everybody that's submitting feedback for that. Do I have a mini? Oh, I can go grab a mini Barnabas. But yeah, just the players coming out and the support. Do you have the little one?
I got one.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
1 second.
Thanks. And the other thing was just having such a great volunteer team this year helping us. We really couldn't have done such an ambitious project or schedule without the help of everybody.
Yeah, like how many people all in like helped create, writing this narrative, planning the tournament, building the terrain, building 3 Barnabases. Like, what is the manpower of all that like coming in? So
day or weekend of the con, I think we had anywhere from 9 to 12 people volunteering throughout the weekend, which was huge. So it allowed our team to be able to, take a couple hours off, take a day off to enjoy the con, play and stuff. Again, planning for this thing started last November. Between the play testing, the Discord online meets, checking in, hey, because it's really a culmination of multiple communities coming together to pull this off. And it's like, okay, it's the week of Nova. Let's do a last meet. Do we hit everything? Because you really don't know until you're there in person. Right. And then we're each of our game clubs are play testing different aspects of this narrative, and we're just trying to figure it out before we get to the con, because that's it, like it's showtime at that point.
So for play testing, is it like we're going to have these portals, so I want to just try portaling and rolling this and see what that does, like, and just if it's breaking some other aspect of the game, because it kind of, for a narrative, like you can break, I guess, some things, right? Because it's sort of a more lopsided story. Or,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
are you still trying to balance?
no, I mean, we want people to have fun. So the hardest thing to get Warmachine players to do is not just play Warmachine, not just try and kill each other. And
killing each other is a lot of fun, okay?
It is. It is a lot of fun. That's why we make things that kill our players, so they have to worry about that stuff. But we really reward creativity, and the DMs feed off that energy. So the more crazy and kooky stuff that you can come up with at the table, it's like playing D&D. It's more D&D than Warmachine, and I think that's what we've been able to replicate with the narratives at Nova specifically.
You look like you do not have a mini.
Oh, hang on. I got one. I will be right back.
Yeah.
I got one my brother painted. That's really nice. I'll be right back.
Just comes back with shame.
I'm like, went downstairs. I was like, where is my things? I still haven't unpacked from Nova. So
Neither have I. Post-con stuff is, because do you go to Adepticon also?
I went to my first, the last year was my first Adepticon.
Oh, okay. Like at the new convention center and everything too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, convention, they're fun, but you kind of need to recover from them too.
Oh yeah. Like I got back, like today was like, I finally posted what I got. Like I still have the pile of things I got and I posted today and I was like, oh, hey, I finally got home and unpacked.
Actually, what does your streaming schedule look like normally? Like how like, I don't know, what's your structure, I guess?
Right now I've been trying to do a stream on Saturday morning when I'm not working. And then as I'm ramping up, I've been doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. Just at night after work, just painting.
Painting streams, and then like once a week, here's our game.
No, it's just all painting. It's just one day, Saturday morning for one streams, and it's like because I have a lot of events to prep for, so that means I have a lot of painting to do because I am behind on painting as always.
You're always streaming actual games, like because I guess I'm seeing that at a convention, so that's why.
No, I stream the games mostly because it's like, especially at Nova, because Nova is so easy to like be like streaming at because they're so accommodative for like the Wi-Fi and the network. Yeah. That's like half the battle most of the time. For me, it's I bring my laptop and I plug in. Once it's set up, I can kind of leave it and it's okay.
Gotcha. What you got, Erica?
So this is the Devourer, which was also sculpted by Workbench. So this is our cute little Devourer. So my brother painted this. This is a much larger version than what was handed out. So we gave mini versions of this guy to all of our players to be able to put on a base or whatever they wanted. So this is our little Devourer.
That is.
Oh, and as a fun little Easter egg, our last run of narrative, we had people that played it a few times. This is what spawned in the middle, not the giant Barnabas at first as a surprise. So
everyone's like, what? And then the Dark Souls music starts playing.
Yeah, like here he is, the eater of worlds.
Just this chibi little crocodile.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that the Warmachine folks are still having fun with all of the with all the models. I mean, there's so much stuff to keep. I mean, if there's that many different armies and they're still keeping up with Legacy, like that is a lot of churn. That's a lot of, I don't know, stuff to balance. And so it seems like amazing that they're doing as well as they are with that, that there aren't crazy broken lists and all of that.
I think that's kind of hard. So if you go on Longshanks and you pull any tournament anywhere in the world, your top 5 armies are always different. Who's ever taking first, your top placement, and that just speaks so much of the balancing team. Yeah, you don't just have the same the same army or two winning everything.
Okay.
Like different continents have different metas too. It's very interesting to like look at from like a top down of like USA plays this and like these like East Coast, West Coast wins different things. Then you go to Europe and like they're playing Brine Bloods differently than the States are, kind of thing. It's just.
Speaking of, are you going to what is it, Sweden for the WTC?
I'm not going this year. I wasn't able to go.
Lame. I'm sorry. Yeah. Didn't mean to rub that in.
No, it was like a work thing. Mostly, it was mostly work's fault, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Andy and I will be there. We're playing for Team
Mhm.
USA 2, the Jackalopes, aka the Tummy Bunnies.
The tummy bunnies. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be watching your whichever
crush it
social
this
media
year.
you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I'm
represent Dusk. I'm so
excited.
excited.
Yeah, represent it. We'll represent the spooky ghost. Someone has to, right? Someone has to.
Yeah,
But
someone
yeah.
has
No, I'm excited. We've never been before. We're really excited to play and meet everybody.
I think it'll be awesome. And that's in when is that again?
The end of
October? End of
October.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Not
it's
that
so
far
bad.
away.
I don't
then.
even know when it is. It's the end of October.
Okay. So
I think it's the
guys, get
24th.
practicing.
Yeah, it's the week before Halloween.
Yeah,
Yep, the
24th and
25th, the weekend
25th.
of the 25th,
Okay.
26th. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that should be a really awesome time to be out, like running around there.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. Machine. Peter's been doing these on the road to WTC. So he's designing or painting up all the terrain and printing it. So he'll just set up his camera and talk to people, or he'll be live on Discord if you just want to ask him questions about the terrain and stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, that's right. Because you guys have the Delaware Discord that people can
Mhm.
also connect with you on. Okay.
Yep. The Delaware Discord is definitely a pop-in. If you're looking to get games online, there's always games online. Tyrant or Joe from Tyrants on the Field, he hosts our North American War Table League, which on average nets over 40 players in each league.
Oh my goodness.
And that runs monthly.
Yeah.
It only goes like 3 or 4 round max. But he'll mix it up. He'll do team events. We do singles, but it's a great time to play the game and see what's out there.
Nice.
It's also really good for those interested. Like, it's a good way to get like reps in against like some pretty high caliber players because they're all there. They're all prepping for WTC, and I've never run into somebody who's not willing to teach as well. So like, if you're new, you should still come try it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, just get that experience and yeah, learn from like really cool people. So I should hope that you're not like, I mean, they're at games at the end of the day and like you're testing your skill, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's weird if you're like, no, I'm not going to tell you my secret or something. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people get scared with War Table too. And they're like,
Yeah.
I've never used it before, and they get nervous about like moving the models around. And it's like, no one cares. They will teach you how to use War Table.
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah,
this is
and-
what people play.
Yeah, and the community also, like, everybody just wants to have the best game of Warmachine that they can. So that's why they're everyone's just like Taylor was saying, so open to working with people and to be patient and to help. And yeah, it's been really chill. Even some of the WTC players will host like dojo shop talks at night where people can just join in. It's just a open forum kind of meeting, ask questions, see stuff on War Table.
Nice. Well, before we wrap out, whenever I announce my live streams on my Facebook, people can submit pictures of models and stuff they've worked on through the week, whether it's terrain or just some models or whatever. So I have a few that I've picked up from the Facebook from this for tonight to talk about. We've got Jack's picture here, which is I mean, it looks Warmachine to me. It looks like a cephalixy.
Yeah, that's Aberration.
Aberration.
Mm-hmm. That was this year's Super Junior. So that was this year's Magnus
Super
and
Junior.
Invictus.
Is that a real term or is that like the gamers calling it that?
I don't
know.
I think it grew out of these models. Like these
Yeah.
email merch started that term. And then Vilcool, who was a cadre, supposedly, she became a super junior for that. And it's like the idea is it's a junior warcaster that only has one war beast or war jack, but it's 20 points. They're super strong, which is where the super comes from. But they're still just a junior warcaster with one beast monstrosity or something.
And they're unique where I guess this worked in previous editions where that's Aberration, who Nistilla is the one that controls that. Like if she dies, he just disappears.
Disappears?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He's
wow.
removed from the board.
Just bye. I mean, he looks really cool. Good work, good paint work on the little weird veins and muscle.
I like the glow a lot too. Looks really good.
Yeah,
the glow looks great.
Very nicely done. Then we've got Matthew working on some train pieces. I see some gremlins.
That's Grimkin. That's from the Death Knell.
Okay, that's right. The little band out in front of the Death Knell. I still have that model.
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's a
love
little
Grim.
band of that's playing alongside the death knell.
Well, I
Hey,
wrote
we got
cool.
some
the
lights.
Grimkin music that I wrote
That's
for the
right.
battle reports was made using all the instruments that they play.
That's right.
So that's what I was limiting the music to. Is like the idea is those little guys are the ones
Oh,
playing
nice.
it.
Maybe
I
with the
wonder if
exception-
that's a homemade slaughterhouse because it looks like it's on a
Oh,
120 base.
20.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of does, huh?
Matthew's piece. Let me see if he says anything about it on here. Yep, scratch build of the slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse, nice.
There it
That's
is.
right.
Nice.
It's the jam house now.
Yeah.
I like that you got the light underneath. Like, yeah, that's really good. It's very, very.
Or now just all those little guys live there. It's the squatter house.
Cute.
Cabin rave in the woods.
And then Thomas, who is, by the way, an award-winning painter, he has his Captain Shadow Tongue for the Brine Blood Marauders with his little.
That looks sweet.
monocle. Oh yeah, also great little glow effects there, and the little green.
I like the reflection effect on the potion bottle. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm disturbed at the details of the feet. Like that looks too good.
He did them justice. What do you mean?
He did. Feet are on point, Thomas. I think there's the back of them too. So you got
nice.
You keep some dead fish bones on you, obviously, when you can.
Don't you?
You don't? Yeah. What? Are you the only one who doesn't? I do.
What is even happening here? So there. Now we can officially wrap it. So I know Erica Tried and True is on YouTube at Tried and True. In fact, I've got a handy banner. I can put that up.
Oh, thank you.
So people can find you there. And then the Ice King, thank you so much for joining my stream tonight.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You have YouTube, you have Facebook and Instagram. So go follow him at all those places and ask him questions. He actually knows, him and Erica both actually know about the game, where I'm just going to literally just be rereading the lore from the app at this point to catch up and see what I do.
So I have a quick question here. At the, is that 2 underscores before the Ice _King?
Yes, that is 2
Or is that
underscores.
a typo?
No.
Nope, that's 2
That's on
underscores.
purpose. Okay.
On purpose.
Yeah, that is my IG. That's my Instagram thing.
Just clarifying for those out there who'd like to follow
Double
you.
underscore. Okay. It's not a super junior, but it's a double underscore.
It's a super underscore.
Super underscore. There you go. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And yeah, I've got some fun guests lined up. So we'll chat more about that. But it looks like September 17th will be the next day. And thank you both again for joining us.
Thanks for having us. This was great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And make sure to come to Nova, play Warmachine with these folks. And maybe
That's right. We're getting bigger. We're getting bigger next year.
we are. We're gonna take up that whole room.
One day.
Barry, cover me. All right, guys, this is it. Copy that. No more sandwiches, Barry.
What's wrong with this place? I'm in the west corridor. I'm right outside the generator room. I'm out of bullets.